This diagram shows the distribution of power in the Tamil Nadu Assembly following the May 2026 election. A brand new party, TVK, took 108 seats in its very first outing. That result upended the state's political order. It pushed the DMK and AIADMK, two rivals that have traded power for decades, into an emergency alliance just to keep their organizations functional. The person behind this shift is Decoding Vijay, a cinema superstar who successfully transitioned into a State House contender. Signs of this ambition surfaced years before the first ballot was cast. Fans spotted this license plate on his personal car in the early 2020s. It explicitly named the year and the office he intended to win. While the media often views actors as opportunistic latecomers, Vijay had spent a decade positioning himself to fill a specific leadership vacuum left by the state's former titans. This is Vijay during his 1992 debut. At 18, he faced brutal reviews. Critics called him unattractive and claimed he only had a job because of his father, the director S.A. Chandrasekhar. He responded with a total physical overhaul. He trained extensively in martial arts and rebuilt his screen presence as a high-performance action hero. A major internal crisis arrived in 2020. His father attempted to register a political party using Vijay's name without his permission. Vijay took his father to court. He filed legal documents to block the registration, ensuring no family member could exploit his public image or make decisions on his behalf. Severing these ties ensured he entered the race as an independent figure. He couldn't be attacked for inheriting power when he had legally fought the person who gave him his start in the industry. This is Jayalalitha, the former chief minister who recognized the threat early. In 2013, she blocked the release of his film Thalaiva after its marketing materials hinted at political leadership. This forced a tactical change. Vijay began embedding specific policy critiques directly into the scripts of his blockbuster films. He used his characters to attack the GST and highlight the daily struggles of local farmers. He was broadcasting the grievances of the working class to millions of viewers, while the old guard was trying to keep him off the stage. By the time his final film, Goat, was released in 2026, the theater was no longer just a place for entertainment. The movie served as a massive campaign launch for his entry into the election. This decade of cinema fused his screen presence with a specific political identity, and when he finally launched his party, his audience was already conditioned to view him not just as an actor, but as a protector. Off-screen, a shadow network was forming. For 10 years, his fan clubs built rural libraries and free coaching centers, providing services where the state government had been absent. As he gained momentum, opponents tried to fracture his base. They highlighted his full birth name, Joseph Vijay, attempting to use his religion to isolate him from the majority of voters. He responded by cementing a regional, Tamil-first identity. He was photographed participating in local customs at Hindu temples and mosques alike, positioning himself as a nationalist rather than a religious representative. During the peak of the 2026 campaign, a series of personal scandals reached the headlines. Reports circulated about his wife filing for divorce and rumors of an affair with actress Trisha. Choosing silence over a public defense meant the tabloid cycle couldn't gain traction. For voters who spent years using his organization's clinics and libraries, the character of the candidate was already established by his material support on the ground. This brings us to the present deadlock in May 2026. With 108 seats, TVK is just short of the 118 required to govern, leading to a high-stakes floor test to see who will truly lead the state. The shift in power is visible in the candidates themselves. In one district, the son of Vijay's personal driver ran on the TVK ticket and successfully won a seat as an MLA. This loyalty is rooted in his long-term philanthropy. Following the death of his sister, he spent decades funding education and healthcare privately, actions that built a deep sense of trust with his base long before he asked for their vote. Vijay outlasted the established giants by prioritizing the local over the loud. He built a network in the shadows and used silence to let his rivals panic. He didn't just walk onto the stage,